All right, Guardians. Bungie just dropped this week of Destiny. Let's go over it and see what we got coming. See what they have to talk about. All right, so this week of Destiny, we are continuing to unravel the mysteries of Nessus with our new best pal, Failsafe, which is pretty amazing, I have to say. With so much on the past few weeks, we are taking a bit of a breather this week, but we have some amazing art to share and an update from our raid and dungeon and systems designs team. List of topics this week are the art station, the final shape art blast, raid and dungeon updates, Grandmaster Nightfall's return next week, player support report, and the movie and art of the week. All right, the art of the final shape. The epic environments, fearsome looking dread, and elegant beauty of the prismatic subclass all have one thing in common. They come from the minds of the incredibly beautiful, talented artists here at Bungie. And now we wanted to share a look inside the art that helped to bring the final shape to life. Head over to ArtStation to check out the art, final shape, and all of its stunning glory. All right, let's go check that out. Okay, let's just go over some of these concept arts and stuff and see what kind of like they'll look like. It's kind of cool. I mean, that's pretty much what they look like. It's pretty awesome. Okay. It's pretty close to what happened, right? It would be cool if his eye would have exploded. You know, that's pretty sweet. Cool. Yeah, I definitely go and check all these out. I want to have to go through all these and stuff. Keep you waiting. Definitely go check this article. Looks like there's a lot of different stuff. Kind of going over it. Which, all right, pretty sweet. Okay. Well, let's get back to it. Raid and dungeon update. We have a few raid and dungeon details to share. Words are hard, including some upcoming dates and details on the change we're planning in the near term. Let's jump in. The final shape brought a few changes to the raid and dungeon experience. First, the difficulty tiers and the power level caps were reworked, altering the difficulty for many power enabled activities. At the same time, surges were added to raids, offering a damage boost for certain damage types on a weekly rotation. We've seen a lot of discussion and different numbers providing for how this impacts the raid and dungeon experience. So we wanted to first give a quick classification on the net changes for incoming and outgoing damage in raids and dungeons in the final shape. All right. So damage source for outgoing is a -5 power cap. In raids, it's -33. In dungeons, it's +2. Dang, dude, that's a freaking drop. Look at that. Then outgoing plus the surge. So if you actually so if you're not using the surge weapons, man, you're really hurting yourself because now it goes -5 power cap and then raids -15. Dungeons +28. That's crazy. All right, incoming. Yeah, power cap. Oh, so on -5. Raids +32 incoming damage. Dungeons +17. And then incoming +15. Power cap and then raids +3. And then dungeons -8. So dungeons definitely are a lot easier than raids. Raids are meant to be difficult. All right, so these numbers specifically for regular combatants, dregs, acolytes, etc. More difficult combatants may scale a bit differently. Raids and dungeons had different settings previously. However, being very similar to each other, they were changed to use the same settings in the final shape to be more consistent. While the outgoing damage is capped at -5 in the power-enabled matchmaking difficulties, standard and advanced players will continue to increase defensive effectiveness beyond the target power. The target power displays focuses on Office's output for the UI UX reasons. This means that players will continue to reduce incoming damage up to +15 in standard and +10 in advanced in our chart above. You can see that the players only take slightly more damage in raids at +15, while they take less damage in dungeons than before the final shape. With this context in mind, we have been listening to the feedback around how surges have been impacting player build choice, and we're going to make a change. Oh, okay. We have decided to remove We have decided to remove surges from raids and dungeons in next week's update, as well as adjust the tuning so that you'll perform as if you had them across the board. Okay. Okay. So you don't have to use specific weapons anymore? This means the damage bonus will now be applied to all subclass damage types, including kinetic, by default. This change will make outgoing damage in dungeons higher and reduce the difference in raise compared to before the final shape. It does so while removing barriers to build crafting. We'll continue to monitor feedback and how this update plays out for everyone. All right. See if that makes it better. I know a lot of people have been complaining about like raid difficulty um for people, especially it's kind of scaring newer players to jump in. Um because they kind of seem like they're harder than before. So maybe this will help, maybe not, or this is more for build crafting. So people can go in with whatever weapons they want instead of having to specifically use a certain type of surge, right? All right, Salvation's Edge Master Difficulty. Master Difficulty Salvation's Edge will be available starting on June 25th. If you're looking for a little additional challenge, grab your fire team and show what you're made of, Guardians. Okay. Grandmaster Nightfall. Grandmaster difficulty for Nightfall is returning on June 25th with the Glassway as the featured Nightfall. If you're looking for a Grandmaster challenge today, Grandmaster Excision is now available. If you're up to trying the Grandmaster Excision, I have not tried it yet. You get the spoilers if you haven't, but the Ergo Sum Catalyst, Sword Catalyst, it just gets you more ammo when you're in your Transcendence and stuff. So it's an okay catalyst. It's nothing, to be that you need to jump in right away to get, unless you use that sword, which I have yet to really use. Okay, there's some issues going on, obviously still with Kvostov. They're currently investigating issues with that. Motes of Light. So maybe I'll go through these just in case maybe you're like confused why you're not able to get something. Maybe you. So we are currently investigating issues around the acquisition of the Kvostov auto rifle. Players should keep the following information in mind when working to acquire this weapon. Motes of Light. Players should ensure that they have collected and placed all visions of the Traveler in addition to defeating all overflow bosses in each other. Wow. And place. Oh yeah. So place all the visions of the Traveler. Okay. In addition to defeating all overthrown bosses in each area, we additionally recommend the players who only need to defeat the taken servitor boss in the blooming to attempt to kill it a couple of times, including returning to orbit between runs. That's frustrating. We are aware of an issue where the triumphs, the track which overthrow bosses have been killed, are not functioning correctly. Players should not be using these triumphs as confirmation that they have successfully defeated all unique overthrown bosses. All right. Encryption bits. Players should ensure they have collected all regional chests in the Pale Heart, in addition and searching all of the rubble piles and assist activities. We are aware of separate issues where the triumphs for opening the regional chests and searching the rubble piles can unintentionally complete before meeting the intended requirements. Players are advised to rerun all the assist activities and make sure every rubble pile has been searched. Once all the intended chests and rubble piles have been interacted with, players should be rewarded the lost encryption code, regardless of how many bits have appeared in their inventory. Okay. This this is what was frustrating me. Acquiring prismatic on alternate characters. The prismatic destined heroes lost in the light and found in the dark quest can only be completed once per account. Players who purchase the final shape boost or are attempting to acquire prismatic on alternate characters will instead need to play the 6 adventures available in the Lost City to unlock the extra prismatic abilities, which is what I had to find out on my own. I was so confused. I was looking everywhere because I was doing my second and third character, and I'm like, how do I get my other supers? Well, there you go. Just make sure you do those 6 activities that are in the Lost City, and they will fill you up. Known issues. We are currently continue to investigate known issues. The most of light drops from okay. Taken by the witness. Okay. Golden Tricorn perk is incorrectly tied to player's super damage type instead of their grenade. Oh. So that's why I've been able. Okay. Dang it. I like this. This is actually benefiting me. with my build that I'm running with my hunter because I use the Silence and Squall super, and I can use my arc melee to do and I could just melee an enemy and it's giving me golden tricorn times two just because I have my super as the Silence and Squall, which I actually love because that sucks that it's a issue because I love it. So hopefully they don't fix that soon, but I get that it should be tied to the melee. But I wonder if it would. Okay, interesting. But I like it. Hopefully they don't fix that. The Winter's Guile doesn't auto shatter enemies frozen with a Penumbral Blast when using Prismatic subclass. Completing the Lightfall campaign on legendary difficulty does not reward a choice of an exotic engram. Toothed Fox does not benefit from elemental weapons surge armor mods. Players are unable to claim the Trials of Osiris rank 10 reputation reward. All right, we got the Artist of the Week. That's an awesome picture. I like that. It's pretty sweet. And then we got the movie week, so definitely go and check that one out. That's all we have for the week. Hopefully you're settling into the final shape and echoes, getting some nice exotic class items and ergo some rolls, testing some crazy prismatic builds, and earning some patterns for the new weapons and having tons of fun. All right. Well, there you go. Hopefully you have a good week, and I will see you later.